Hello and welcome back to Loudmouth. I'm your host, Quite, joined as always by FPS Diesel.
What's bullin'?
Wild Spartans.
In the trap house.
And today we have a special guest, Whang. How are you, Whang?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Kind of moist. I just got out of the shower.
Speaking of moist things, my lead question is...
Yes!
When?
So what about cum jar?
Before the podcast, you were talking about cum jars. Go.
Alright, so, cum jars. We were talking about how there's just this thing that some people have. It's the cum jar might be an isolated thing people would think, where this guy just filled up a My Little Pony, filled a jar with a My Little Pony and drowned it in his own cum.
Ew.
But then, and I was thinking about making a video about this. I like how it just kind of skip past the old letting the My Little Pony cum jar sink in. As that's just
this guy literally drowned a My Little Pony doll.
Honestly, I really don't want to think. I really don't want to think about the pony sinking into the jar. That's just more.
The pictures are nasty.
He burned it too, by accident.
How do you burn a cum jar?
He stored it.
What fucking source of fire are you holding near your fucking cum
Is cum flammable?
What happened was he was storing it. And it was halfway full at this point. He hadn't completed the project. He stored it.
That's so nasty.
He's very official about it too. He calls it a project. He has all these watches. He times it to and things. But he left it on top of his radiator one day. And it burned. It has a big brown ring around the level it was at when it burned.
Oh yeah, you can see it on the thing.
Yeah,
You're looking at pictures.
I gotta see
there's pictures.
Yeah, just literally.
Can you link them?
If you look up cum jar on Google Images, the My Little Pony one is the first.
Yeah, actually, my video will probably pop up.
Yeah, your video pops up.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was an older one. It was kind of.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, this is what you're missing out on.
Oh my god! It turns brown too after a while.
Yeah, it caramelizes.
What the fuck?
Like,
it's disgusting. Oh my god.
I think it's because you ever burn sugar?
Yeah.
I think it kind of it caramelizes. I think it's like the sugar from in the cum, so it just caramelized. I don't know if that's why. I'm not fucking Gordon Ramsay, but
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay knows why cum.
He probably
brown.
does. Gordon Ramsay has definitely at some point cooked cum.
What the fuck?
How do you know this? How do you
Because
know
it's
this?
an ingredient. It's an ingredient. He has to know what all the textures in the world can do to be a cook at that level.
That's disgusting.
Not to fall down a jizz-related rabbit hole, but there was a. Okay, God, this podcast has gone somewhere.
I don't mind
man.
this rabbit hole.
Well, you
guys are.
We invite Wang on podcast. Where did you think it was gonna go? There's nowhere else it can go when you invite the Tales of the Internet, man.
Okay, so I looked up
demonetized
My Little
in
Pony,
2 seconds.
I looked up the cum jar thing, right? And I found a related article on Know Your Meme, obviously the most official source, called Jizzes Christ.
Jizzes
Christ, yes. And I'm just gonna link the post. Because I can't explain the picture.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Or I'll try.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's
No, this is
this
one.
one it's closer to the jar, but I think, and I feel like I was thinking about making a video about all of these cum artifacts that exist on the internet. Because there's gotta be some people probably just have a compulsion to do this. There's a box,
I don't know
there's
why.
a hat, there's
weird.
a shirt, a sock. Yeah.
You know what I really don't get? How people fucking come on photographs of people.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me.
I feel
Well,
like that
it makes sense, but it's just weird.
It makes more sense, but then taking a picture of the picture you just jizzed on is a little weirder. But I feel like, as stupid as it sounds, I feel like there's a lot of people who just do it for a funny meme. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
Well,
There
it makes more sense of putting it in a jar. That's for fucking sure.
I mean, imagine you nut on a picture of Mario or Isabelle, and then you send it to your friends as funny reaction image.
There's a mouse pad too. I forgot who it was. An anime mouse, one of those anime mouse pads with titties. I think he does. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, just look up cum mouse pad.
I just did. Oh, I found
Mercy
it.
Yeah.
Mousepad,
Oh,
It's
I
it's
found
Mercy.
it.
That means
One
it's
for
fairly
you.
recent.
Give this fucking mouse pad some mercy, dude. Holy shit.
Oh my! It looks like fucking
Oh
stained
my
spaghetti.
god, it
looks
got
like
worse.
spaghetti
It
sauce.
got
Oh my
worse.
God.
It's
Don't
growing
you just
more
wanna, like-
skin over it.
Don't you
It got
just want to
worse.
pick it up with your hands, gloves, obviously.
which one of
and
you
just crack it and
motherfuckers-
bend it.
I'm fucking burning down that dude. Dude, I'm not
What?
picking that up. I'm burning the
Hold up.
house it's in with it.
You
Hold
don't
up.
want to see how
Which-
it breaks apart though. Like you can see those little cracks.
I do
in
kind of
there.
want to see
I have a worse picture, but I can't send it because one of you have the fucking not safe for work filter on.
I don't have it on.
Wang, do you have Living on the Edge on?
I don't know. I like barely ever use Discord.
It's probably because we don't have Wang on Discord.
I added him.
That might
Like,
be
add me
it.
right now. Right now. right now, so I can send
Even,
this
even if
disgusting
you have
image.
that,
I already
it's-
added you.
Okay, let's see if this works. Let's see. It should work now. There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
see, it's way crusty.
Wow. Wow. It looks.
God, it looks like that looks like a DMC enemy straight up.
It looks like a piece of fucking burnt chicken.
That's characterizing it as too tasty. I'm sorry.
I would never eat chicken that looked like that.
I'm not saying
those-
I'd eat it.
Those fucking like the tits look like they can explode at any minute.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
And I've decided to retire her, but there's where you come in. Should I start a new one? Okay, buddy.
There's an action figure too, and the interesting thing about the action figure, you can kind of see like the hardened drips, kind of frozen.
Is there
in
a
time.
Thanos?
Okay, Brandon,
Is there
I'm
a
gonna have to
Thanos?
ask you to delete those images now.
Yeah, I'll do it. I can see how that would cause sickness or nausea.
My
or
my
something.
my
thank
brain
you,
is
friend.
just numb
Appreciate
to
it.
shit like that. Like
After looking at those, my brain now looks like them.
Ew.
Yeah, nah, it's rotted.
that's
It's
a-
rotted, and I'm dying. I have dementia now.
Yeah, but like I don't know, coming in things and then storing it. Like for example, the Jesus Christ is like just fucking. It's nearly 4 full 2-liter bottles full of fucking jizz.
how do you explain that to
Like-
people who come over?
I know, right? What if you get a girlfriend and she's like, "What is this? It's just my jizz bottle."
Brandon, these guys are not having girlfriends.
Do you think
I know, but I'm saying, what if? All right, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. All
there
right.
is there is no what if? There's like, wow. Well, I mean, setting aside the unrealism of it, what would you do if you were in that situation?
If I had jizz bottles or found someone's jizz,
If you have jizz bottles and someone and you brought your girlfriend over and you had to explain to them your jizz bottles, what would you say to them?
I would lie and say it's fucking like milk that's gone bad or something.
How
I lost
would
it
you
4 years
explain?
ago.
How would
Here's
you
what you do.
how would you explain the My Little Pony doll inside the jar?
You pick it up and you're like, "This, see this? This is what you're replacing."
That's confident enough to work. I see it.
It was just say like I saved it specifically for this instance so I could make this joke.
They probably would like think you're like a sociopath or something.
But what if, here's the
you
thing:
did that.
if the compulsion is too powerful, and it's just got to
This is
go in the
such a
jar,
weird
even though you
conversation.
have the
This is-
girlfriend, it's still got to go in the bottle. That you might be some kind of
That's
thing where like
so weird.
you might
dude.
like need her to like snowball it into the bottle for you.
Oh
And like
my
that's when you need a ride or
You
die.
would have to have a fucking freaky ass girlfriend for anyone to agree to that.
Dan Bilzerian definitely does that shit. Yeah, it's just like at that point, it's not even a compulsion; it's just like a power play.
Put my jizz in this bottle. This is my power play to you. Jeez. Okay. Is there any other jizz?
Welcome
artifacts
to
we
the
should
Loud
know
Mouse
about?
podcast, everybody.
Worst one so far.
I don't think we've ever like started that hard. Usually we ease into like
No,
Nah,
no.
like that was the hardest transition. Like usually we like have like a little dead air in between like introducing the guest and whatnot. But like you said moist, and I'm like, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, there. That's a perfect segue right there. Moist.
So any more cum artifacts you know about? You look.
There's, it's
lighten
kind
up.
of like thinking about the coming on the pictures and stuff. There's kind of I feel like there's almost like we're looking at two different things, like the coming on anime toys and the coming like storage. It's like two separate things. Like one of them
No,
is
yeah,
kind
those
of
definitely are different.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You can like
I mean-
clean action figures.
Yeah, and I would hope they do. I mean, if they don't, then yeah, that's storage because it's like you're not really doing anything with it. But like I don't know, the storage thing is so weird. Like I don't know how someone could feel comfortable storing their jizz somewhere in their room.
How bad
and
do
then
you
having
think it smells?
that much.
It's definitely awful.
It-
like if you
it
watch
probably reeks.
after I made the first cum jar video, the guy who made the cum jar hit me up, and he had a unlisted video on his second channel of not his second channel. He had this channel that was all about watches, and then the cum jar videos were unlisted on the channel about watches, and he sent.
That's weird.
Yeah, if you see his videos, he's always checking his watch, and he has like a bunch of them. So after the jar got burnt, he took a video transferring it over to a new clean jar, and when he uncaps the bottle, that bottle, you can hear him gasping. It had to smell like corpses in there.
That is disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The best thing is, he sent me a picture. I have a subreddit that I barely ever use, but it's there. And I think it was when I hit 300,000 subscribers, he sent me a congratulations picture with he wrote congratulations on 300,000 subs, and in the picture there's the two cum jars and his watch. So I know it's him. Nice of him.
Does he ever show his face, or is he like an anonymous guy?
He only shows his hands and the watches.
Yeah, dude, I would hope he doesn't show his fucking
Imagine
face.
trying to
Could
find
you
a job,
imagine?
and you're the cum jar guy. Like, come on.
I mean, he's got to have a good job too to afford all these watches and clocks.
And jars to put cum in.
And cum jars.
It really do be like that if you think about it.
Oh my god. Well, that's interesting. Is there any more?
That's
Probably shouldn't ask.
That's where the legend ends so far. He around the time he sent me that post, he said he had a new project coming, but that was the last I heard. Yeah, coming.
But
that was the last I heard of him.
What kind of new project would he be doing?
I don't know. He
Shit
also
in the jar?
he buried them in his yard, so he must have dug them back up recently. So
What the fuck?
yeah, that was
If he
the
buries
end.
them again, somebody's gonna find that shit and be like,
This is
What the
so
fuck?
weird.
Yeah.
they're like, this must have been what they used as an offer to their gods.
It's kind of like there's this old episode of, I think it was the Brady Bunch, where they made a time capsule so that future generations could see how he lived, and that's what they'll find, the cum jar.
That is just so fucking weird. It's like, so first of all, you jizz it in a jar multiple times till it's full. Then you bury the jar. Then you dig up the jar you buried, and then you just keep it. Like, that's so fucking weird. That's so. I knew people jizzed in jars, but the digging up and I don't know. That's just fucking weird. That makes it way weirder.
That was his plan all
my
along
God.
too. He was talking about how he was gonna bury it when he was full.
What is so weird, dude? What the fuck?
No words. No words describe my
It's
feelings.
so weird.
I'm kind of proud of his dedication. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I gotta give it to him. It's a lot of dedication because it would take a lot to fill up a
There's
fucking
a
jar.
fine line between being dedicated to something you're passionate about and being unhinged.
I would have
be
definitely would have
a
given up maybe in a week tops. You see how
Dude,
slow that thing's filling up, and you're just nah.
Dude, I have a hard time finishing a video. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
imagine filling
on
the
that
whole
2
jar.
times speed wave lately.
Ooh, sick. Yeah, ever since I got back from New York, I've been kind of slacking, to be fair.
My
All right,
fault.
quite. Ask your next question because I think that's all we're going to talk about. Cum.
Yeah.
Talk about for 15
God, I hope
minutes.
so.
Yeah, we got a good 10-20 minutes on cum. Now let's move on.
Yeah, no, 15,
All right,
yeah.
moving on. This is a very petty and personal question, but when are we playing Smash again? Because I'm not happy with the results of last time.
All right, so we first played Smash. I previously back in Melee, I was a Ganondorf main, and now Ultimate they kind of made him good again. So we're playing, and the first time your main is Greninja. So I'm trying to remember. Did you beat me the first time with Greninja?
I got the first 2 stocks on you without taking like any percent, and then you reverse 3 stocked me.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what happened. And so I was like, all right, this is a pretty even match. But then I kept on consistently beating you more and more, and I could tell you were kind of like getting in your head and not playing at your peak. Once like you got those first few losses in, you were getting a little tight. So I was like, all right, this isn't.
I was so defeated, like after like that first loss.
Yeah, it was a crazy come from behind. But yeah, we definitely got to have a rematch. Are you going to VidCon?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, so we'll have a rematch at VidCon.
It will be epic. I'm a wolf main now though, so
really,
we'll see how that changes
main
things.
wolf now.
Yeah, I lost like I was planning on picking him up as a secondary, and then I lost my Greninja, so now I main wolf.
I main Little Mac.
Yeah, I don't. We don't talk much anymore. Yeah, Little Mac is just not made to be good in Ultimate. Like his movement is really gimped.
I like Little
Also,
Mac.
Brandon sucks.
Oh yeah, he's a fun character,
him.
but like
In
What'd you say,
4,
Diesel?
I'd imagine he's better in 4, but like his with how important movement is and the changes they made to it in Ultimate, like he's not as good as he was.
yeah.
Of course, that won't stop me from getting 3 stocks by one, but
Yeah.
never Brandon though. Never Brandon.
Oh, you're like actually nasty with Little Mac.
I'm decent.
He's okay.
All right.
Just bad.
That's an
video
accomplishment.
What'd you say?
Tetris 99, gamers.
Tetris 99, boys. Tetris
I haven't
99.
played it
Oh
yet.
my
I
God,
watched it.
I
and I was
wish-
in awe.
It's so good, but I wish there was a way to have a lobby where you can just play with a certain amount of your friends. If you have 99, great, but then it could merge them.
Yeah, like
no,
you and your friends could
I
like
agree.
get in a party, and then like you could all like just join like a bigger game with the 10 of
Yeah.
you.
Or even if you could just set up a however the fuck many people match, that would be cool.
Is there Tetris Versus already?
There's Tetranet, which that's old school. But I think
How
that's only
old?
like eight players tops, I think.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't have more than 8 friends playing Tetris at once.
I don't know. Tetris is serious business. I don't get it. People are so good at Tetris 99. I just get demolished.
I was
Like,
watching the
damn.
dude stream, and he was so quick, and I was like, how the fuck
I'm
does he do
too
this
fucking
shit?
scared to touch that game. Like I'm afraid I'll be even worse at it than I am Apex.
I haven't
Probably.
played Apex yet.
Really?
Apex is decent.
I downloaded
It's-
it and played it once. To be fair.
It's
I-
decent.
Like what it is with games like that, I'm not so much into teams, so I'm waiting for them to put out a solo mode for me to try it.
I don't think that would ever happen.
Yeah,
I
they're not
think-
going
To be honest.
I think someone mined the code and
Yeah,
found
they data
something for
mined it. There's
Oh,
gonna be a
really?
Solo, yeah.
Okay, that'd be good then. I mean, like, it'd just be like hard to believe because like the whole thing was built around 3 players, not even
Yeah.
4. It's like a really odd number. So no, but
Yeah.
solo would definitely be sick because like their servers for VoIP are fucking awful.
Yeah.
Everyone talks like they're in a McDonald's drive-through. It's so bad. People will have like blue Yetis or something. Like I have a blue Yeti that just sound like they're talking through their asshole. So
That's
bad.
miserable.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear that? Like, apparently there was like a leaked video giving details on Battlefield 5's new battle royale, and it
Yep.
looks to be the most by the numbers thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Battlefield 5 is a total flop. I have no idea who played that game or bought it or anything. Like,
I don't. It's maybe battle royale will kick it a little more resurgence, but like, fuck, dude, that game like just tanked hard.
yeah, no one talked about it when it came out. No one was really talking about it. I feel like that might be like the last Battlefield, or like the one they're currently working on might be, because nothing's come out of it recently. Like
feel
the
like-
last good one was 4.
I feel like Battlefield's probably gonna be a thing where it's like this is the last one they make for a while, and then they'll like reboot it like 10 years from now, and we'll be all hyped because oh my god,
Yeah.
it's been forever since Battlefield.
If they
game, oh my
reboot
God.
that shit and made it like 3 or Bad Company, I'd be totally down.
Yeah.
Those were really good.
3 or 4
I like
are
both
my
those.
3 or 4 are my favorites because I'm a fucking
Bad
piece
Company
of shit.
3 and 4 were all good.
Bad Company 2 is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn. Missed
Quite.
that.
Next question. Go.
Oh, so like you do work as a TV extra, right?
Yeah, I haven't done it as much, but I still do it from time to time, and I did a lot of them past few years.
Yeah. It seems like a really like niche profession to get into. How did you get into specifically doing that kind of acting work?
So I think it might have been 5 or so years ago at this point. I went away on tour for a few months, and when I came back, the place I was working at went out of business. So I was like, fuck, I need to find some work somewhere. And then I saw a post on Reddit that they were looking for extras for Gotham, which was it was getting started up at that point. So I was like, sure, I'll apply for that. And they took me. And then when I did that, I was around on set, and I was finding out that people just kind of do this for work around the year. So that worked for me, because you're not really committed to any kind of a job long term. and you can it's a decent pay, especially once you wind up joining the union, and then that kind of became my main source of income for a few years.
Interesting.
Damn, I don't even fucking know that. That is really interesting.
Yeah, no, you do like a lot of different stuff. Like you do the TV extra stuff you said less now, but like you're doing that. Diesel just changed his profile picture. You're doing that YouTube, and like you're like you play guitar for your band Jinx, right?
Yeah, that one. Actually, I've been like doing vlogs for Jinx too now. I started kind of like wanting to just get more regular content out for the band. But yeah, like it's weird too because I feel like I'll be sitting around some days and feel like I'm not getting enough content done, and then I realize like across everything I'm doing, I'm putting out a piece of video content almost every single day.
Damn,
which is kind of crazy.
Wait, how do you like get your balance on that workload? Like, how did you manage to juggle that?
I don't know honestly because I still feel like I'm not doing that much work.
Is it just like a routine you get used to?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the Tales from the Internet. Oh, hey, what were you saying?
I was gonna say because it's like I sometimes have to bulk on uploads because it's like we have a trip for like a week or so, and it's like okay, I gotta bulk on uploads, and it's like you bulk on the uploads for like a week, you get like 3 done in a week, and you're like, wow, that wasn't that hard. And then you go back to weekly, and you're like, oh, this is really easy now. It's like you just kind of adjust to it as you go.
Yeah, kind of. Like I was thinking, the main thing is because obviously Tales from the Internet, that's my main thing. And those do take a little bit more time to make, but then, and that's kind of like the main thing where I'll get a little stressed out every other week where I'm like, holy shit, I'm not doing this fast enough. But then it's like I got the band stuff, I got the band vlogs, the Twitch streams, and then what I wind up doing is cutting up those for the gaming channel for people who miss it or just want to see parts of the stream. So it the Twitch stuff winds up being like kind of like a double dip kind of thing where I'll play a bunch of different games on Twitch and then cut up each game to have a different video on the gaming channel.
Yeah, that makes sense. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
You get a stream in and you also get content for the gaming channel. And like, not everyone's going to watch your Twitch streams, obviously.
Yeah.
Like it's like a small fraction of people compared to the viewers on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a very different audience.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I've done some thinking about like cutting up like my Twitch stuff and putting it on the second channel, but I don't know if I'd like be able to do it myself because 1, I'm a lazy cunt, and 2, it would take up time with how much like footage there is to go through.
Oh
so
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody helping you with that kind of stuff?
No, but like what I've been thinking of actually, because right now the way I do it with the gaming channel, I'll basically just take out the entire chunk of gameplay from the game and do they get on Twitch you can export directly to YouTube. So I do it that way, but I've been thinking of just tossing someone some cash to be like, hey, look through these streams and give me this and that type of highlight. Because it's a very time consuming. It's easy work, but it's very time consuming and tedious. So I don't want to do it. I'd rather just pay someone to do it.
I'm the same way.
No, like because like scrubbing through a bunch of footage that doesn't have a lot of highlights in it is like really fucking tedious.
Yeah,
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
All right, Diesel, you're up.
Ah! I don't know why I screamed. I'm sorry, guys. I just felt like doing that.
My ears.
I wanted to be a part of it too. Yeah, no, Wang. So 1, sorry for yelling, but 2, what's like
I didn't mean to raise my voice at you. I just got emotional. I'm sorry.
With Tales from the Internet, what's like the research for those, and like how do you even begin to like track down information? Like nobody just wakes up one day and goes, man, I know a lot about cum jars. I mean, unless you did, but like, like, how does one come across like stories like that, or like, what's the process like?
The thing is, I mean, even now, but even more so when I was younger, just genuinely had no fucking life. So I would be online all day long. So a lot of these things that I make video about are just stuff that I remember. And then, when you know that, you kind of have an idea of where to look. So it'll start off, I have a whole notepad filled with ideas for more videos, and then I'll kind of be thinking about them in the back of my head for a bit, and eventually I'll be like, hey, I think it's time to make this or that video. So then there's this cursory research period where I'll look up articles about it, I'll see if there's a site that I remember existing that's not there anymore, I'll check it out on Internet Archive. Just it's kind of like an informal research period where the story starts to form in my head. I see all the pieces, and then maybe after I'm kind of satisfied with knowing how I want to tell the story, I'll start to actually write everything down.
Damn. I actually like looking for stories of like stuff that happened online. I've noticed that it's like it gets a little more difficult when the stories are like super old, because like the YTMND stuff, like that's I wouldn't even know where to begin to look for that. It's just such a different time of like the internet. I mean, with that being said, like, and even though like you say you had no life, but like where did you primarily hang out online, or like what were places that you use like frequently?
First, originally, it was just a lot of different AOL keywords. I spent a lot of time on the WWF part of AOL, and this gaming site, gaming AOL keyword called Antagonist Inc., which actually, like, the thing about AOL stuff, I would love to make a video about all these different things, but AOL isn't archived the way that regular internet is, so a lot of that shit's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, it was kind of, all the usual sites. I spent a lot of time on YTMND, 4chan, lots of different forums that were just random Resident Evil forums and shit like that. What was an interesting one was the Korn forums. I was never a big fan. Yeah, the band Korn. They had really good forums for a period of time. And it was funny because I was never a huge Korn fan, but most of the people on the Korn forums were people who didn't like Korn and came to talk about other bands. So I wound up finding out about all kinds of better metal bands through the Korn forums.
I guess it worked out.
On the notice of like finding things through other things, like how often did you find like a topic for a different video while researching for a completely separate video? Like all these weird shit ended up just being interconnected.
One that I can think of, a lot of times it winds up getting incorporated into the story, or more often a video I was thinking about making gets absorbed into a larger video. But one thing that did come up recently that I'll probably be making a video on, there was, if you've ever seen this picture of this Chinese guy eating a baby, and people were like, oh, yeah, it's a pretty crazy picture. Every once in a while it'll go viral and people will be like, oh, this is the craze in Taiwan. Chinese people are eating babies and shit like that. But it was an art installation. It was the baby's not a real baby. It's just whatever the hell he made out of. It might have been chicken or something. But it was hosted on Rotten.com for a period of time, and I made that video about Rotten. And at first I was like, before I was even going to make the Rotten video, I was going to make a video about the cannibal. But then I started putting together a little section of it for the Rotten.com video, and I was like, there's enough to this story that I could make it its own video. So that's one example of that. It doesn't happen too often, though.
Oh, damn. Actually,
I don't know if I've seen one.
I mean, I haven't seen anything like that, honestly. I don't spend any time on, like, more danker places on the internet. I don't know, I never did. Yeah, like, I think I vaguely remember going to 4chan, like, once. I posted one thing when I was, like, 12. And, like, I just remember a lot of insults, and then that was it, and I never used it again.
I went on 4chan, and I was so confused by the layout that I was just like, I can't understand this, and I'm just like, I gotta go.
I heard it in whispers, in in whispers, and then like I went there and I was like, how the fuck does this work? I don't know how.
Who's saying what?
It's definitely confusing if you're on it for the first time and don't really know what to expect. Although I don't use it now as much as I used to. But at some point, I don't know when they added it, the catalog feature, where you can kind of click and see all the posts that are currently active. I don't know when they added it, but that makes it so much easier to navigate. Like, it used to be where you would press refresh, and it would just always be different because the posts would move so fast that you couldn't, if you wanted to follow a thread, you would have to keep that thread open and keep refreshing it.
that sounds annoying. What time era was that? Like
2004.
Oh, that early. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in a yeah, I don't even remember AOL because I wasn't like existing to really use it. So
Yeah.
Jesus, guys. Fucking
I am but a little
young
tadpole
people.
in the sea of time.
I only hear stories of the AOL. I've never actually been on AOL in my goddamn life.
Yeah, but it's like we're that generation to you guys, but then you think about like this, like fucking. There are some people who didn't fucking use Skype
Yeah, that's even weirder because Skype was
because that's one we can relate
really
to.
popular.
It's like we're essentially the equivalent to that as like they're like fucking 12-year-olds are to us.
yeah.
See, I never got into using Skype a lot either. I was.
Oh my god, Justin Wang's 12. Oh my god.
My secret's revealed.
Did you use like TeamSpeak or Mumble?
No.
You didn't use anything?
I don't even really use Discord now. Like, I'm on it to talk to you guys right now, but I don't know. I've always had an aversion to internet things that make me talk to people.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
No,
fair.
that's fair. That's fair. I get that. It's just like you just gonna want I just want to go like browse like 4chan or Reddit or something. I just want to like do nothing and just look at shit. I get that.
Yeah. There is this one, I forgot what it was called. It wasn't Ventrilo, it was something before that. That I used, fuck, it's gonna bother me what it was called, but I used it during the AOL era for a bit. Maybe a week or so, and this is the most amazing thing ever, and then I got over it in a week, and that was the last time I was super active on any kind of voice-oriented app.
Trying to think if it was that might be before my time too. I remember AIM existing, but I was like, my parents were like, "Don't use that. That'll give you
what's that?
pedophiles." And so I
What's
just
AIM?
AIM. You don't know what AIM
You know,
is?
in
Nope.
retrospect, I used to go in these AOL chat rooms when I was like 14, 15 or so, and in retrospect, I realized there were definitely pedophiles talking to me. They were, thinking about, like, in retrospect, like, certain conversations I had with people, I was like, yo, how stupid were you? There were these chat rooms. The name of the chat room would be, like, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, where you just talk to people whatever age you are, and then people would
my
IM
God,
me from the
yeah.
room, and I'm like, yeah, these were definitely creepy old dudes, but they were posed as, like, young girls hitting on me. And I was like some dude, so I'm like, yeah, let's flirt. And I'm like, oh my god.
Would you say?
I was like, in a way, I guess that makes me a victim.
Would you say those were more prominent then or now?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, probably. I feel like maybe they were operating out in the open more back then.
Yeah, because it was more like a Wild West type thing.
Yeah, definitely. People didn't really know shit about anything then, so to them it was just this fertile picking ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say there's probably less now, based off of how like hard it is.
Yeah, they're
I
probably.
don't know. You ever
they're
see that weird
definitely
shit
out
on
there.
Twitter?
There's probably more in like the.
Oh, for
recesses.
sure. Oh, there's definitely people out there that are like
Yeah.
fucking weirdos. Definitely, 100%.
There's predators that announce it. They're like, they say they're
Yeah,
not
they put it in their
predators.
fucking bios. They're all
The
like, "Yeah, I'm a
max.
pedophile guy."
Yeah, the max god, man. The hell is wrong with those people? Do something else.
I'll have you know.
What's interesting about that?
Wait, Diesel, I have an idea of what's wrong with them. They like kids. There you go. That's the issue. I've cracked the case.
No, the mystery solved.
All thanks to me, Wild Spartans.
Exactly. Thank you.
All
All right, Diesel. Next question.
Oh, Jesus. See, Brandon, you don't need to tell me next question. I already
Yeah, I do, because it was quiet for like 3 seconds.
Oh,
Let
Lord.
the silence take over. bro.
God forbid we got full of dead air.
Imagine we'd sit here for like a minute. We're like, what are
If
we doing?
there's dead air, we gotta fucking cut it out. The podcast. Wait, who's
Listen,
editing
next
this?
time there's dead air, Brendan, I expect a fart into the microphone, an actual one, not a mouth fart. And if there's not, I'm going to be very disappointed.
That's like effort. I can't just fart on command.
Why not?
I can barely burp on command.
Wait, you mean you can't fart on command?
If I
Absolutely not.
If you fart on command, you will shit your pants. There's just no workaround there.
Yeah, because you'd be
Sounds
pushing real
sounds
hard.
It sounds like I'm dealing with a bunch of amateurs right here.
Sometimes you will, but sometimes you'll get that really deep fart that kind of like it comes from your chest, and you just feel extra clean.
I don't think
It's
I've
like-
ever had that happen before. Excuse me.
Really?
It's like the real deep ones. It makes you feel like Goku taking off his weighted clothes. Like,
I've
it's just,
had-
like,
It's a
next
similar
level.
feeling to like when you have like a really clean shit because you know you've been eating good the last three couple days. It's that same feeling.
See, I was
See,
with
I don't
you.
eat good ever, so I don't.
I
Really
was
know.
with you until you said in your chest, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, that might be but it might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's definitely like a high up. Like when you could feel it coming from high up, you know it's a quality fart.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you now. No, that's more of like the gut area.
See, I feel like I gauge my farts on like stink. Like if it's like really smelly, I'm like, oh, that was like a good fart.
You think it was good?
I don't know,
it
like
stink?
like you're
There's
getting
definitely
the
a
diseases out
hierarchy
of
of
you.
farts.
Are you telling me farts is a way to detox, Diesel?
No, there's like
Are you-
no, Wayne, you're right. There's a way to like like it's ranked.
Yeah,
You know.
like sometimes you'll get those like little ones that it's like fucking Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch, where it's like that did nothing for me. But then you get the ones that kind of like creeps around the contents of your insides, and
Why are we talking about farts?
This
It's like that- it's like that-
Damn thing.
it's like that cave. I forget if it's Pokemon or Final Fantasy IV. It's Final Fantasy IV, the cave where it's full of the mist and you can't get through, but then you let it out and then you can adventure.
So you telling me I need a fart to adventure?
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
listen, if you're holding in a fart, bro, and like it's stuck in like you're all gassy and stuff, it's gonna be really uncomfortable to walk around. You need to get that out before you can
The
go on a trek
only-
to save Hyrule.
The only reason to hold in a fart is if you think something else is going to come out with it. That's the only reason to hold a fart in.
You ever get to the point though where you're in a social situation and you just, it's got to go, so you try to mask it with another sound? Like
Yeah.
you start digging through a bag of chips or something.
Or like you move around and you're like, oh, that wasn't me.
I caught my friends coughing, but you could smell the fart at the same time
Yeah.
it came out.
Yeah, it's the smell that's the problem. If it doesn't smell, you can usually do it quietly. But if it does smell, everyone's gonna fucking know someone ripped one. And they're gonna be like, who the fuck ripped one? But I guess then at that point you'd be like, whoever smelt it dealt it, and just fucking point at your friend who did it.
That's the law.
Wait, what was the one? The one who something. The
He
one
who
who
denied
blurted,
it supplied it. Is the response you give to he who smelt it dealt it.
Whoever denied it supplied it.
Yes.
Okay. There was like a third one too, though.
Whoever
Wow,
smelled
this
the
goes
whoever
deeper than
denied
even
it
our reverse
supplied it.
cards.
Whoever. There is another one. I don't remember.
There is
it, though.
another one. Yeah, I don't remember it either.
The one. Who
What if I look up 3 fart phrases?
The 3 fart face.
Will that come with anything?
You look up phrase like whoever smelt it dealt it.
Wow, apparently there's 261 ways you can say fart according to metro.co.uk.
I'm sure.
I,
What's your
you
best
know,
response to whoever
So-
smelt it dealt it? Ask Reddit. Fart again.
I
Whoever
want to
sa-
read some of these. Hold up. One man salute, 7.4 on the rectum scale. This is like all synonyms, quote unquote, for farts. Acid rainmaker. After the thunder comes the rain. What the fuck is this?
I've never heard that one before. That's
Whoever
like,
said the word did the turd.
Oh, and there's a bunch of.
Whoever said the rhyme did the crime.
Oh, those are good.
Those aren't the ones I was thinking of. I don't think though.
I've heard that one. Whoever said the
There was
rhyme
always
did the
like a
crime.
third. There was always like a third level to that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, what even is this fucking website?
Oh,
They're
there's
saying-
a Wikipedia article on flatulence humor.
Ew. It
And
just
it's
sounds
just-
nasty.
That's a Wikipedia article.
It's a whole Wikipedia article dedicated to the fucking jokes about who farted.
Okay, this article says that you can call a fart a barking spider. What the fuck?
He's right,
Australia is real weird, man.
But
Okay.
no, this is UK.
The bogging spider.
He who declared it blared it. He who observed it served it. He who detected it ejected it. He who rejected it respected it. He who dealt it smelt. Who smelt it dealt it. He who denied it supplied it. He who said the rhyme did the crime. Whoever spoke last set off the blast.
There's a lot of fucking layers.
I hear
to
if you
this
say
shit.
that backwards, you'll like summon a fart wizard.
And I can't do it.
Saying stuff backwards is really goddamn hard.
It's really easy. You just like record it in Audacity and you put it.
Yeah, you just put it in reverse.
And there, you did it. Now you're speaking Zatanna.
Now you're speaking
That's good, I guess.
Santana. Okay,
Not Santana,
guys,
Zatanna.
this podcast is about Whang, and Whang, what was your favorite story to cover on your channel, and or why?
Favorite story to cover? I mean, the cum jar is already up there, so so that's up there. Alex Chu was an interesting one because it's the only time the subject of a story actually wound up sending me something in the mail.
Oh, he
So,
sent you
that's
the immortality ring, right?
Yeah, that's the immortality rings guy, and the video was shitting on him super hard. But then he was like, "Oh my god!" He definitely Googles his name, and that's how he found it. He was like, "Oh my god, this video is amazing. Let me send you the immortality rings." And first off, I'm like, I'm definitely not giving this guy my address, so I had to use someone else's PO box to get him. And I'm thinking, man, what if he like puts anthrax on these rings or whatever the fuck? But then I put them on, and I don't know what it is. I didn't like I don't know why I waited so long to make the follow-up video to it. I guess because I didn't know that people would want to watch a follow-up video to it. But then I'm glad I waited, because then he came up with another machine that makes you... all his machines are based around making you good-looking, and by making you good-looking, he puts a picture that's like, oh, they just make you look more white.
Oh, no.
He's a...
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I realized there's kind of like different categories I can put these different videos in. So you got the ones that are kind of like a shenanigan, the ones that are based on a person who's a crazy person of some kind. And I definitely want to be doing more of those videos because they're always so fucking funny. The next one I'm doing, actually, I'm probably gonna shoot it as soon as we're done with this. Do you remember that guy? He was this sword-carrying weeb who fought off attackers on a subway with a katana.
Yes.
There's a lot of
I feel like
Yes.
I've heard about that.
I've
Yeah.
seen that news story. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the news story, but I feel like I've heard about that in passing.
Yeah, it's I'm going into his history.
Damn.
So actually, what's funny is, and I'll go into it in the video. He had a YouTube channel was made trying to expose him by someone claiming to be his brother. And there's all kinds of shit in there. Like, my favorite one being that at some point they go to a motel to exchange swords with some random dude at the motel.
What?
It's just a creepy
weird.
backroom fucking sword deal.
They're just trading.
Yeah, like one guy's looking at the other guy's sword and they're inspecting it and seeing some things. At the end, I think they kept their swords and didn't make the deal, but it's... this dude was fucking out there. He has an amazing Facebook page, too. I mean, he's dead now.
so
But his
weird.
Facebook's still there.
He's dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Jesus.
Did he die in a sword fight?
No, he died falling... he drowned. He was...
What?
He was...
What? Out of all things? Wait, how?
He was sailing in a kayak with a 16-year-old girl. They were sailing to an island so that he could give her sword lessons.
That's not sus.
And that is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard.
I keep
in my
getting
life.
different emotions when like we're talking about these swords. Like swords in a motel, swords with a girl at an island. Like
Yeah, no, this sounds like an
Far away
anime.
from everybody.
no,
Sounds
it sounds like it's not swords. It sounds like it's penis.
This sounds like all in either an anime or the start to a documentary that's going to be made 20 years from now.
Oh, there were two. They were definitely going out there. The swords were with them. They were recovered from the kayak.
That's so weird. Yeah, Diesel, I would be on board with the penis thing if he wasn't like a fat weeaboo who carries a katana.
I think
So-
wasn't he like he was a slim dude.
Yeah, very.
He was
yeah.
slim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
Was he a
skinny.
weeb?
He had shirtless pictures on his dating profile, so you could
Was
see.
he a
his,
weeb?
his
Of course he was
abs.
a weeb. What are you talking
Did
about?
he
Yeah,
carry a
yeah.
katana everywhere?
His name. He was a white dude who called himself Kairu Seijiru.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Did he wear a fedora?
He wore one of those flat, it's like a
Like a Newsies cap?
Yeah, like kind of like it's like one of those like snapbacks, but it's flat at the top.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, snapback. Okay, that's just weird then.
Snapback
What the
flat
fuck?
at top. Wait, like the Bills
No,
flag or like
no,
the top
he's
of the hat?
talking. He's talking
It's
about a
almost
regular
like one of those
snapback.
Cuban hats, but not exactly.
Are you talking about? Hold up, let's see.
Oh, like
Are
the
you
shit
talking
Chris Ray Gun
about-
wears?
Are you talking about a baseball cap with a flat lid?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. That's
Yeah,
a
so you-
weeb hat.
Wait, so something like that?
That's
Exactly, like that kind of hat.
yeah.
Oh, and it was flat.
Chris Ray Gun wears that a bunch.
Yeah, but Chris has
Chris Ray Gun.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, Chris has like the curved one though. He doesn't have flat ones. I don't think.
Actually,
No,
I
the
could
top
actually,
the top is flat, but like the bill's curved.
I could definitely see Chris Ray Gun being this guy. Now that I think about it.
Oof. Chris is a weeb. Confirmed.
I could
Does
see
he
him
have-
being. I could see him being incredibly deadly with a sword. Yes.
Does he own swords? I feel like he has to own. At least
I don't
one
know.
sword.
I've
Think
only met him
so?
once, and it was not in his room, so I could not tell you.
I could see Chris. I don't know. I don't think Chris would own swords. I could see Chris owning like a gun or a knife though. I don't know about whole fucking katana. You know, that's a big step up.
Guys, I own 4 katanas.
Actually,
Actually?
Yeah, I own 4 katanas, and I have a model master sword and a
You see,
model
I would like.
Hylian shield.
how did I not know this?
I mean, I would, I would
that's.
like.
I am so not surprised by that.
Yeah, neither am I.
You're
not
like
either.
you're like
No,
None
one
of
of
us
the
are.
not
I was
either.
gonna give a reaction, but like it's just Diesel, isn't it?
Yeah, I have 3 different sizes of katanas. You know, they have the ones for like committing seppuku.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's,
You're like from the
a-
Bronx or some shit, right?
a Tonto, fucking-
Yeah.
I was gonna say like there's like that is such a weeb from the Bronx thing. Like they all, if you're a weeb in the Bronx, you've got to have swords.
Diesel, you carry him around to protect yourself?
I mean, of course, I bring it on the subway every day.
All right. Since Diesel and Quite took all the good ones, are you gonna run for president?
Oh, we're gonna have Whang Gang 2020.
Yeah, you gonna run?
Wang Gang.
You gonna start your campaign?
I would like to. Here's the thing, I've often thought about running a campaign for politics, not to actually get any kind of ideas out there, just to have it be like a real life shit post. Kind of like that Vermin Supreme guy or whatever. But here's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
Vermin Supreme.
The thing is, if you win, you have to actually do stuff. And I don't want to.
If you win, you don't have. If you win, you, can like
you
hand
don't
it over to the
have
other person.
to.
Yeah.
You
If
don't
you win, like
have
you're allowed
to.
to put it to turn it down. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, no,
What?
I
guess.
give it to the other guy.
It's
I
not-
think.
It would be kind of like a slavery situation if you're not allowed to turn it down.
Yeah, unless there's like a contractual thing. or
Yeah, no,
something, but
I would
don't know.
definitely assume you'd be able to turn it down. I would definitely assume that.
There would be so many
Yeah, I
pissed
mean,
off
like you can
people.
resign from the presidency, or like you can resign from office at pretty much any time.
I like how I basically just said I'm not running for president because I'm afraid of winning.
You're at the point where it has to be an actual concern. If you did run for president as a fat meme,
Yeah.
someone would like viewbot the fucking voter booth.
All right. I have a question for all of us. I don't know how to pronounce this at, so I'm sorry.
Simpson.
Weirdest masturbation story, starting with Wang.
With a name like Wang, we're expecting a lot.
Damn, I'm trying to come back to me because I know I got a good
Okay,
one. It's
quite-
just not going to my head.
No ding-a-ling, can't masturbate.
Okay, good cop out. Diesel.
Okay, so this isn't a me masturbation story because it's not like I've ever been like.
Oh, I
Caught
know
or anything?
exactly what fucking story you're gonna tell.
Okay, well, I know a couple of. I have a couple of stories, you know, because going to college, you run into people who masturbate everywhere all the time. I actually have a lot, but I'll give one. So I used to live with this guy who's his name will be Bob, right? But Bob, right? He was. We're pretty sure he was on the spectrum. There's something weird about him, right? But me and my roommate and friend Teddy, right? We're rooming with this random guy, and he always drew on DeviantArt. He drew like superheroes, quote unquote, and they were all awful. They were awful OCs. He didn't know how to draw at all. And he talked like a very young version of the teacher from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? He also walked around, like he walked all the time. He paced back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, from morning to night, literally 8 hours a day. Like he'd just be pacing right?
Damn.
But one day we woke up, and he was rustling under his bed, and we were like, "What is he doing?" Right? And then we noticed he's looking at us. He's got straight fucking eye contact, you know? And we're like, where's his hands, right? And his hand is where his penis is, right? And he's jerking off, looking at us.
Oh my god. What were you wearing?
I was in my pajamas.
That is kind of hot, can't lie.
We were just minding our own business. We're like, this is weird. So instead of saying anything, we walked outside, and we're like, was he jerking off? I look at my boy Teddy. He's like, yeah, I think he was jerking off. We go back in there, and he was done. He was sitting at his desk. So we're like, oh, he was jerking off. But yeah,
Okay.
he was jerking off. It was a
Yeah,
good time.
that sounds fun. I mean, I don't personally have any weird stories. I don't really have any weird stories because I didn't go to college, so I don't have any weird dorm experience with that. The weirdest thing I can think of is in high school. I had one class where we were pretty sure a kid went to the urinal every day to go jerk off, like at a certain time.
Hell yeah.
Like we were pretty certain. But like we never got confirmation because no one wanted to go in and check and see if he was jerking off.
Surprise.
So,
Surprisingly.
yeah, that's all I got. Okay, Wang, it's up to you to carry.
Alright, well, you guys, I can't think of a good masturbation story, but I can think of a good hand job story. Will you accept that?
I will
sure, why
accept
Yeah,
it.
sure. I mean, you're not trying to please us with this. It was we requested.
Because
It's a hand on a dick, it counts.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that was my line of thought. So I'm on tour several years ago, and the thing is, like, when you're on tour, you're always around other dudes, and some guys will like find a way to just go jerk off somewhere, but I'm like fucking like I don't. I'm just like a cum camel on tour, which sometimes it'll kind of like there's a whole like situation where like guys will call it tour goggles, which it's basically like beer goggles, but you know you're on tour, so you just got the build up.
You should have got a
But-
jar.
Oh, that would have helped. But like, not that like this girl was like unattractive or anything. She was good looking. But like, we're in Canada, and so I'm in her room, and she starts giving me a handy, and like it went super quick, and I'm laying down, and her wall is behind me, and my load just kind of like sails over my fucking head and splatters on her fucking wall.
Oh, that's fucking nasty.
And then here's now that I think about it, this was kind of like kind of weird, a little hoarder-y, where she like to clean it up, she kind of just took like a shirt off her floor that was just a shirt she hadn't put in the wash yet, and just kind of wiped it off the wall and threw it back on the floor. Oh my god, I didn't
What if
even
she
like.
has it there specifically for that?
Maybe it's like maybe she's like the girl version of the guys who have the compulsion to fucking just have like the cum hat,
Have
the cum
cum
box.
rags or something.
That's like the shirt. It's like that's even weirder because that's like a collection. That's like it's kind of like when Freddy.
It's just a collection of different people's semen.
Yeah, it's like you know when Freddy Krueger takes his shirt up and you see all the souls he's taken. It's like that. It's like that, but with like cum on a shirt.
Okay. Here's a very different question for masturbation. Are you gonna see Endgame? Avengers Endgame.
Probably not because I'm super behind on them.
I am disgusted. That should have been a yes.
Yeah.
This
I
is the
didn't
Marvel
I didn't watch
podcast.
Infinity War. The last Marvel movie I watched was I mean I watched 2 seconds of Thor Ragnarok and I was like this is not funny at all. So I just turned it off. And
You just
then-
don't like Marvel then.
Yeah, I mean I don't hate it. The Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie was the last one I watched in its entirety and I was like, yeah, that was pretty good.
You'd probably like Infinity War then.
Yeah.
You have no
Yeah,
idea what's
but, like,
going on then. That's the issue.
And like they do an okay job of recapping it, but the best way you get it is like if you're invested in like the other movies, which you aren't, so you'll probably enjoy it just as an experience. But I don't know.
I might
If Marvel movies aren't your thing, that's fine.
Yeah, they're not really my thing. I think it was Einabber who was telling me I gotta watch Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
give Marvel
yeah.
movies
Yeah,
another
Winter
chance.
Soldier's good.
Winter Soldier's probably one is arguably the best standalone Marvel movie.
I was growing up. I was never a big Captain America fan, but Winter Soldier was the one story arc in the comics that made me be like, oh, you know what, Captain America is actually pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Winter Soldier was good. Yeah.
Ironically, he was also like the fucking that was the solo movie that made people think, wait, Captain America can do cool shit? What?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Captain America much at the start either.
Yeah,
I thought he
I
was
feel
like
like
a pretty
I
lame
feel like I'm one of the only
character.
people who enjoyed the entire trilogy of those movies.
Well, it's like because like my first thought is just like he just has super strength, just super strength. That's it. Like everyone else can fly, shoot lasers and shit, and just super strength. Doesn't even have healing. The fuck?
He can't get
Okay.
drunk. That's his superpower.
That's a terrible superpower. Okay, anyways. Boxers or briefs? I don't know why someone would assume briefs, but maybe you do wear briefs. Do you wear briefs or boxers?
Boxer briefs.
Okay, good combo.
There you go. Good combo.
Yeah.
Good
Cut
answer, good
everything.
answer.
Keeps
All right,
everything
what-
just right.
What's your favorite metal band?
Favorite metal band? It depends, because if you would include J-rock bands like Duran Gray and X Japan, it would be one of those. Otherwise, Cannibal Corpse.
All right, I have no idea what either of those are. Diesel might.
I actually don't.
These questions aren't for me, so it's okay.
These are purely for the viewers.
Yeah. Okay, so favorite films, and this is a question for all of us.
I would guess Whang can go first.
Favorites of all time. I'm a big fan of Battle Royale. I actually have a poster off to the side of it over here that I'm looking at right now. Battle Royale is one of my favorites. Anything that's directed by Kitano, who played the teacher in Battle Royale, but he didn't direct. So like movies like Brother, Hanabi, like just like Japanese Yakuza films. And I really like really shitty horror movies too, like Blood Feast and Wizard of Gore.
Okay. Who's
Nice
next?
picks.
Who wants to go next?
I like Infinity War simply because I'm a Marvel.
I knew you were
I'm a
gonna
Marvel faggot.
fucking say
I'm a Marvel
that.
faggot, but
Oh
like,
my
as,
God, I'm
like-
gonna strangle you.
Okay, listen. That's not my only answer. There's that one, and like as like a film pick, Memento.
Memento's a good choice. Okay.
Yeah, Memento's solid.
Yeah. Brandon.
All right, Diesel, you go.
Oh, fine.
But
Okay, I see how it is. See, I was trying to think. So I've been like catching up on movies. Like now that I go to film school, like one of my classes, I literally watch movies. I really enjoyed The Graduate. That movie spoke to me. Minus the whole like sleeping with my friend's parents' wife part. But that's like that's a fun movie. Really basic pick. I love Pulp Fiction. I just like the character dialogue.
Oh yeah, Pulp Fiction was really
good
fucking
movie.
good.
It's a good movie. Can't go
Every
really go
Tarantino
wrong with that
movie's
one.
Every Tarantino movie is pretty solid. I think kind of Hateful Eight's kind of probably his weakest, though. I don't know. He just kind of feels like he's making the same thing over and over after a while. I think the last one, God, this is also a really cliche pick, but like Blade Runner, I've watched like 3 times now, and I watched it for the first time like maybe like 3 weeks ago.
The original or the new one?
The final cut. I can't stand all the narration with the other like the theatrical release. That just kind of annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. See, I had originally only seen the theatrical release and I didn't like it at all. So people like were like telling me to watch the final cut instead.
Yeah, the final cut is much better because like with the theatrical release, they just kind of feed you information because they're like, oh, people won't be smart enough to understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine that's part of why it like got the cult following after the fucking theatrical release.
Yeah, because the director's
But, like-
cut got rid of that, and then they were like released it like 6 more times, and then they finally released like the final cut with like I think they changed like the resolution and all that. It was just digitally enhanced. It looked good.
Yeah, I still need to see the original Blade Runner. I watched 2049 on the plane without watching the original, and I feel stupid.
Yeah, you need to watch the original, which is kind of strange considering how long it took in between. But like, they do a pretty decent job of catching you up. But you miss some of like the character context.
Yeah, like I loved 2049 without seeing the first one, but I feel like I would have appreciated it more if I had watched the original Blade Runner.
I'm looking for more questions now. Somebody
All right,
stall.
well, not Diesel. Brandon, what's your favorite movie?
I have a couple, so I'm gonna like put it in a category. So animated, Into the Spider-Verse, great
Good choice.
fucking movie. Superhero, Marvel. Let's just do Marvel. Infinity War, and then just in general, The Hateful Eight and then Pulp Fiction were 2 really fucking good ones.
You're missing
That's
out.
it.
Hateful Eight's kind of weak, in my opinion. But, yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
I liked it.
Okay.
I haven't seen Hateful Eight.
I haven't seen any other good questions except for your favorite hentai.
Favorite hentai?
That's a good question. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's
you
quality.
put this in, Diesel.
My
I didn't
Chan's
put this
Daily
one in.
Life.
Wait, what? Repeat that.
My Chan's Daily Life.
You actually have a favorite hentai?
Yeah.
Diesel, you have a favorite hentai?
No, I don't have a favorite hentai.
Okay, you'd be the most likely out of the three of us.
What?
So. You have 4 katanas in your room. All right. You are definitely the most likely.
It's not like you're particularly likely. It's just the other ones are so out there, I guess.
I
We
used to
also
wear
got
fedoras
these-
when I was young, too.
Yep, definitely the most likely. Anyways, we have another question. Is Wisconsin real?
It's
What's
Wisconsin.
What's Wisconsin?
Is Wisconsin real?
What is Wisconsin?
I know Whitney, Wisconsin is.
Oof.
I guess it's not.
I wish she
All right.
wasn't real.
A lot of this stuff's just about music. Oh, here's a good
Yeah,
one.
Makes sense.
What's your favorite video you've made so far? Or did we already go over this? And I forgot.
We kind of went into that with favorite story to tell. Favorite video I made so far. I guess. Damn, it's hard to tell. I really liked the old one, where, I was just roasting some BuzzFeed reporter for having no ears. I mean, he has ears. They're just like he has like a Lego head, and for some reason, I thought it was so fucking funny. And it's definitely one of the weirdest videos on my channel, but
Look at this.
it was a lot of fun to make.
You got a Lego head.
I think I called him like a Virtua Fighter character.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
It's a BuzzFeed reporter.
That is
Wait, were you talking about like
That
the
is
Lego
true.
head mask thing?
What?
Are you talking about like the Lego head mask?
No,
thing?
he's just talking about a guy
No,
who looks
he-
like a Lego.
Yeah, he just has a Lego shaped head.
Huh.
And it's a video about him like explaining the Sam Hyde memes about being the shooter and shit.
Wait, he was explaining. Oh,
Yeah,
I think
he-
I know. I know what video you were talking about. It fucking soared on Twitter at one
Yeah,
point.
that's where I
after he
found
was
it, on
accused
Twitter.
again. Yeah, no, I know exactly what fucking video you're talking about.
Okay, this is very unrelated, but I just opened my YouTube homepage and I saw a Maroon 5 thumbnail, and I hate how much from certain angles Adam Levine looks like Chris Evans. It really physically does hurt.
I don't
Okay.
think
It kind
he
of
looks like
does.
Chris Evans from
Like-
any angle.
Facially
Here.
a little bit.
Facially?
Here.
You know what? I see it. Never mind. He looks like Chris Evans in Scott Pilgrim.
If you guys want to see what I'm looking at the Maroon 5 "She Will Be Loved" thumbnail for the music video. It kind of scares me. I don't like it that much.
He reminds me of that guy from that episode of South Park, the skiing episode where he's always like, "Hey, stand darsh." That's like what this guy's face looks like.
I remember that exact quote, but I don't remember the face that went with it.
It's not that he looks like him; it's just that his face communicates that kind of personality. I can 100% see him doing that.
It's a vibe, bro.
Yeah, that's his vibe. He's got the same energy.
Same energy. Yeah. Good point.
All right.
Do you guys want to rip it up?
Yeah, did we get through all the questions? Did you find another one?
Damn it, I just saw one that was like not bad. Ooh, this is a simple question. What's your favorite Ben and Jerry's flavor? Or ice cream flavor?
Damn.
How is this hard?
I used to. I'm not
Well,
a.
I mean, not everybody was a Ben and Jerry's, Brandon.
So just ice cream, just in general.
In general, it's either got to be the Baskin Robbins Cherries Jubilee or the cookie dough from Cold Stone.
Cookie dough, Cold Stone, is fire.
Cold Stone, Cold Stone.
Even though Cold Stone is the most overpriced ice cream place you could fucking go to.
Cold
It's a
Stone
Starbucks
is quality,
of
they
ice
got
cream.
chocolate waffle
Yeah,
cones,
it
bro.
is.
You ain't,
Hell yeah.
bro. They got
It
chocolate.
costs
waffle
like
cones.
you can spend $20 on ice cream there.
Not if you know someone there, then they give it to you for free because no one there working there cares.
I like putting money in the tip jar just to make them sing.
One time, my mate let me hang in the back with him of a Cold Stone Creamery because the boss didn't care and it was winter, so nobody came in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, living the life.
All right. That's it. Thank you all for watching this Loudmouse episode. You can go subscribe to Whang. Where Whang?
It's youtube.com/wangwangwang. Got 3
And
of
then
them.
it'll also be in the
With an
description.
H.
You can also find them on Twitter as well. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks
That's
for having
pretty.
me.
Yeah, that is it. Subscribe to Loudmouse. Subscribe to Whang. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us everywhere, including iTunes and Google Play. Thank you all for watching. Any last words?
No.